My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who has some insecurities and the way that they view themselves. It causes arguments or maybe even jealous, like confusion, projection, and it's causing, I feel like it's their partner, but it could also be the person who's insecure. It's causing a lot of uncertainty about whether or not these two can actually make the relationship work. So it could be that the uncertainty is quite obviously the thing that is starting all of the arguments, or it could be that someone's kind of confused, like, why do things always end up this way? But it's traced back to somebody who feels like they aren't lovable, or they maybe are dating someone that they think is out of their league. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, April. Hello, Rachel. Hello, En France. How we doing? I hope we have a good day in the making for everyone. I think we're going to go with the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot to start. What else do we have? Ooh. We have the Page of Cups, the Moon, and the Star. Wow, okay. So the issue here is the thought processes and self-worth, maybe even paranoia or like conviction that somebody is going to choose another person or they're going to eventually leave me. This insecurity is something that is really difficult for this person to let go of, and it comes out in various ways. Their partner is finding it to be, I think, kind of difficult, right? Like how many times can I say the same thing, or why are you so convinced of that, right? Hello, Steven. How are you doing? What else do we have? Wow. And the Lovers. Okay. So because we keep fighting over the same things, or because you keep accusing me of things that I haven't done, because it feels like maybe this will always be an argument that happens, now I'm thinking about whether or not I actually want to be with you. I'm very focused on how the hands are like outstretched towards each other, but not connected. It's like, I don't know what would actually enable us to have the connection that I was looking for. Hello, Famous Seamus. How are you doing today? Four of Swords in the reverse, Strength in the reverse, and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so without healing the issues that have caused this person to feel like they are not good enough, that insecurity, the lack of confidence, or constantly feeling like somebody else is going to steal away their person, it's led them to see things as negative or problematic that really aren't. I kind of hesitate to share this, but I won't use names. A long time ago, I had a friend who was in a pretty toxic relationship, and there were a lot of issues that stemmed to like jealousy. You know, if my partner is making friends with people of the opposite gender on social media, this friend of mine would get jealous. I think overly so would be fair to say. And, you know, things that in general, like it could be something if it were one of many factoids, but one thing in itself doesn't really seem to suggest that there's going to be cheating, right? This is someone who's getting tired of saying, I'm not doing anything and I'm like fully invested in seeing where this relationship goes. The problem is you keep accusing me of things, or you keep thinking that I'm not a good person. that doesn't really help the relationship grow, right? Hello, it's me, love. Hello, Felix. It's me, love. I am not an astrologist, but thank you. Hello, Antonio. Hello, Aviola. Sorry you feel that way. I'm just going to remove your comment and encourage you to start the conversation with something positive, right? Hello, Kanan. Hello, Justin. It's too much, man. It's too much. Hello, Laura. Ooh, we got some good advice from FC in the live chat. Hello, Joel. How are you doing? Thankfully, no snow here, so whoop whoop. We've got the 8 of Cups and the 2 of Swords in the reverse. Again, I'm thinking that maybe if I can't convince you that I really do want you and I'm not trying to get with anybody else, but you continue to accuse me, or if it seems like we're arguing quite often over things that are just kind of like exaggerations or not really happening, then why am I staying here? You know, it feels like a little bit repetitive, and you know, I can't change this person's mind, you know. Hello, Faisal. Hello, Chris. Hello, Angel. Hello, Cold. That's awesome. I hope it's going well for you. Ah, that's good. What a name. I don't think I can greet you with your name anyways, but hello. So we've got the 9 of Cups in the reverse and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. This isn't what I want. This isn't something I can fix. It feels like whatever I saw in this person or whatever I felt was attractive or made me feel like we could be in a long-term relationship, now that seems to have just kind of evaporated because everything is negative for this person. It's like you're always worried if I'm too friendly to someone, or if that person asks me for my number, and it doesn't matter if I'm, you know, really consistent and really trustworthy, you're always going to be suspicious of me. Hello, Suk TV, what's up? Nah, not uno. Hello, Josh. I'm sorry that you feel like you get to tell people what to do, but you don't. It's my channel. I did shout you out, Joel, but thank you for subscribing. Hello, Michael. Hello, Matt. No, I am not from Georgia. But I am thankful that, like Georgia, it's not snowing here. So, hello, is it Kashia? I'm really nervous. I'm saying your name wrong. Kashia? Yeah. I'm saying hello. Sorry if I said your name wrong. I really do try. Hello, Carter. No, I do not. Hey, Jimmy, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, no yelling, capitalized letters are overrated. Just ask E.E. Cummings. 3 of Cups and the Hanged Man in the reverse. I think this is someone who's looking at this as, look, I've tried. I have been patient. I have tried to explain to you where I'm coming from. I have tried to understand that you have some insecurities, but it's not okay for you to continually be accusing or suspicious of me because you are unwilling to deal with the things from your past that led you to be this way. It's not me, it's you. Which, you know, we got to be cautious about saying that. But I do think this person, whoever is this Queen of Wands, the person who feels like their person is cheating on them, who is constantly accusing someone, I feel like this Queen of Wands has pushed their partner far enough where now this relationship is probably not going to have much longer. This is the Soul Cat Tarot. Hello, Soul. How are you doing? Hello, XO. Oh, my. Y'all need some cool water. Chill a little bit. Hello, Learning English. How are you doing? It's interesting for 8 a.m. We've got Page of Swords. Very drawn to the dragonfly, which is not normally on the Page of Swords, at least not to my recollection. And we have another Hanged Man. So look, I think this is a person who decides, I want to make sure that I communicate what it is that's happening or why I feel this way. Because my goal is really to help this person understand that they need to address this paranoia or this insecurity, this lack of confidence, because we could have had something great. It's like, you know, there were a lot of things that we have in common or that we, you know, want for 5 or 10 years down the road that are in common. And I thought we could have that long-term relationship, but there's no way I could do it if you are constantly suspicious of me. Hello, Pimple. The username, it's, yeah, priceless. Dragonflies symbolize transformation. Thank you. I appreciate that. That makes sense, right? This is someone who's like, okay, I really thought I could figure this out and we could talk through it and then, you know, get that trust figured out. But if we can't, then I'm going to have to change the situation. Maybe there was a honeymoon period and then someone got really suspicious, you know? You're not like the person that when, you know, I initially was attracted to you or asked you, you know, out, you had this like carefree attitude, but now you're over here like constantly judging me and looking for things that might suggest a problem. So now we have somebody who has lost their affection for this Queen of Wands. Sun in the reverse. And Strength. If you are going to always be glass half empty, if what I say or do is never enough to earn your trust, then I can't be in a relationship that is void of trust, right? So it's my decision that I need to walk away because this isn't healthy. This is toxic. Hello, Kelly. How are you doing? Hello, Ricky. How's your day? Hello, Vicky. How are you today? Hello, Louise. What else do we have? 10 of Pentacles. And the Page of Wands in the reverse. I'm looking for some long-term relationship with a person that I can grow with, and trust is an important part of the foundation of that long-term relationship. If no matter how much we communicate, we continue to have these discussions or arguments or lack of trust, then it feels to me like maybe I just need to accept that this wasn't the right connection for me. You have this Hierophant card, and it's like the cat has a black eye, but it's interesting because one eye open, one eye closed, right? One eye open, one eye closed. I think this is basically saying I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore because it feels like you watch me like a hawk, like my boss does at work, or, you know, like a parole officer. I don't know, something to do with legal consequence. This person's like, it doesn't feel like a relationship when you're just constantly over there like, what are you doing, and are you doing it wrong? Like, that's not fun. That's not fun for anybody. Oh, thank you all for helping JoJo figure that out. That's very kind of y'all. Hello, Myra. Hello, Janet. How we doing? Hello, Mick. What's up? So we have the Three of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. So no action that I could take would have addressed the fact for you or clarified it for you, confirmed it for you that I was loyal. Queen of Pentacles is a loyal person. I've got your back. I'm going to defend your name. If I owe you money, I'm going to pay you back. This is someone who said, I did what I could to make sure that you felt comfortable. I tried to show you through my actions that I was trustworthy, but that was never enough. So if that's never enough and you're only going to ever see me as someone that you can't trust, then I need to like be on my merry way. I need to keep it moving. Because like, what's the goal at that point? Oh, you're never going to trust me. Like, how can you have a relationship with that? That sounds awful. Having, like, try to be in a relationship without trust, to me, that attempt seems like trying to have a burrito, but all you have is the tortilla wrapped up. There's nothing inside. Like, how can you have anything of substance in a relationship if there's no trust, right? This is why someone's deciding to walk away. Seven of Jars or Seven of Cups in the reverse. Page of Jars or Page of Cups. And the Hermit in the reverse. Yeah, it feels to me like my love or my, devotion to you, even if I make it very clear, is not registering, is not acknowledged by you. Instead, we got the Fighting Fish, right, for the Page of Cups. Instead, it feels like my affection for you is just a reason to start arguments, or your questioning of my affection for you is something you refuse to address. Hermit in the reverse. They're being stubborn, or they don't want to admit that their suspicions are unfair. My hip going to get better from surgery yesterday. Thank you for the tip, Marcus. I'm writing that down for you. I hope you're recovering well, sending you healing energy after surgery yesterday. Awesome. I've got that written down for you. Yeah, please don't include your birth dates in the live chat. I don't ever need that from you, okay? Oh my. That sounds complicated. I really hope it helps. Hello, Anaya. How are you doing? Hello, Tay. Anaya, I do personal questions at about 30 or 35 minutes in, with priority to those who tip or donate. Hello, Nima. Please refrain from including your birth date. Rachel beat me to it. Hello, Optimistic. What's up? Seven of Petals or Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, the Sun in the reverse again, and the Page of Wands in the reverse again. So there's no way to convince you that I'm going to be a good partner or that I am trustworthy. It feels like you are always going to expect negativity from me or expect me to make the wrong choice. So no matter how much I invest in this, or no matter how much I'm able to approach things in a mature way or respectful way, you don't take notice of it. Page of Wands is in the reverse. You're just like, la 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 la. I'm assuming you're misbehaving. La 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 la. Like, what's the point? Do you just want to be in a relationship to yell at somebody? Just curious, asking for science. I appreciate you. We've got the Five of Wicks or Five of Wands. Arguments, arguments, arguments. Battles all the time. And everyone is a rival. Everyone is a threat to my relationship. That's how this Queen of Wands was looking. Like, I can't and don't trust you. I got that eye on you, right? And I can't believe you would dare talk to other humans. Don't you know how that makes me feel? I saw you breathe in someone's direction today. Did you sleep with them too? And now I'm making jokes, okay? I want to be very clear that there are some people out there who are on some, we'll just use the initials FS or BS. You choose which one your favorite is. There are people out there who will lie. There are people out there that you cannot trust. There are people out there who are unable to commit. This is one of those people who's legitimately committing. They're like, no, I really just want to be with you. I really just want our relationship to improve. But you refuse to acknowledge that I have chosen you and continue to be obsessed with the idea that I am cheating. I think this is someone who has not gotten over a previous relationship ending with cheating. Hey Mavis, how you doing today? I'm doing well, thank you. Yes, it is. I agree. What else? Three of Crystals or Three of Swords? Okay, this might not be like the best analogy ever, but some of you know I was watching Lonesome Dove. It's like 4 parts or whatever, so it's really long. And then there's The Return to Lonesome Dove. It's even longer than that, but I really liked the movie. It'd been a long time since I'd seen it. In general, some pretty good cinematography, some good dialogue, a few like kind of not dynamic characters, but it's okay. But one thing that really irritated me, which I can't help but think of, is that one scene we have these birds carry on, and I'm sure is the message here, right? Vultures flying around in the sky, and they must have like been out of like funds and not been able to get like real birds, because I was watching the scene and they were like flapping wings but not moving. So it's like, okay, this was like 1993. What kind of editing were we doing to put like birds that aren't moving, like stationary birds in the sky? So this is telling me we have somebody who is not willing to change their ways. I don't trust you and I never will is not a good way to approach a relationship. So Fool in the reverse, this is like, I'm trying to make sure that nobody makes a fool of me. I'm trying to make sure that I don't get caught up in, you know, someone cheating on me again, without realizing that everything that they're doing that they think is protecting their heart is actually actively pushing away the person who wants to be good to them. Two of Cups or Two of Jars in the reverse. Because I am so fixated on when you're going to choose to be disrespectful or disloyal to me, I make it impossible for you to be loyal to me. So it's too much, right? I like that, Ben. How are you doing? Hello. What's up, Joshua? I hope you're having a good day. Thank you, William, for the clutch. I appreciate it. Did I say hello to Matt? Hello. I'm a Christian too, Joshua, but that's okay. I understand. You do whatever you need. Hello. Is it Abby? Hello, story time. How are you doing? Hello, Angela. Yeah. Six of Wicks, Two of Crystals, and the Queen of Wicks, which would be the Six of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. So I'm so focused on how to get exactly what I want that I end up ruining it for myself. And I'm going to tell you guys something. So I don't do a ton of writing, but I do, and like pretty much all of my life, I have enjoyed writing. But I think one of my favorite challenges is writing about somebody who is so focused on a goal that their tunnel vision ends up causing them to ruin or undermine that goal for themselves. I don't know why I find that so fascinating, but there are some people who just cannot help themselves and literally end up going against themselves because of their obsession or the way that they see things. And this is someone who was so focused on, this is how everything has to be, and you have to follow my rules, or I have to have access to like your passwords or your phone. They didn't realize that they were like burning through a relationship that could have been amazing if they had just had the capacity to learn how to trust. Hello, Rick. Hello, Shiv. How we doing? Hello, Paul. What's up? Yep. Shiv, please do not tell me to read out your comments. This is my channel. I do what I want. That's the audacity. No. We have the Eight of Wicks or Eight of Wands in the reverse. Perfectly timed, because I just said I'm not going to let you tell me what I should say. But this Eight of Wicks in the reverse is, if we cannot approach the problems that we have with conversation and genuine respect and a desire to resolve that issue, if we just want that problem that separates us or creates emotional distance between us to thrive because we are insecure, there is almost like a impossibility that you're going to be able to make that relationship thrive because you are so convinced that people are going to do you wrong. So this is, I think, a lesson for someone to lighten up a little bit and have the capacity to trust when somebody is demonstrating that they are in fact trustworthy. So I do feel like this Queen of Wands at some point is going to get validation of this former partner of theirs being a very good partner to somebody else and then regretting how they treated that person. We have pain, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious. So previous situations that caused heartbreak for this Queen of Wands have made them be very cautious, but it also creates confusion within a relationship because they're never really able to show that they're convinced this is the right relationship. It's always like, I don't know, but you're probably hiding some horrible intentions. You're too good to be true. Or, you know, I've seen one red flag. I can't believe you put your toilet paper roll on backwards. I don't think we can be together. Feel free to discuss that in the comments. So we have one day, someday, somewhere, another time. Part of the issue here is this Queen of Wands is looking for a relationship where they can be with somebody who is loyal without being able to receive that energy or admit, oh, I guess I found it. It's like looking for, well, I guess we could make a comparison to Captain Ahab, right? What else do we have? depth, awareness, importance, value. Becoming obsessed with catching someone doing something wrong has blinded the Queen of Wands from being able to see just how much they really did care about this partner of theirs, even if they were struggling to trust this person. It's like they're setting aside all the good qualities and focusing on the negative, which is why the partner is deciding, I think I need to walk away. I think it's time for me to admit that I can't change your mind. You're always going to assume the worst of me, and that's really just not fair to me, right? Hello, Sean. How are you doing? Hello, Holy Ghost. Hello, Long. What's up? This is a general reading. I knew somebody would say, yeah, Kevin, I mean, the diagram of, you know, from the dude who invented it had the toilet paper roll coming over the top, right? This is what it's supposed to be. Hello, Benjamin. How are you doing? Yes, my name is Common. Nice. Hello, Rick. What's up? Hello, Nicole. So this person is hoping to let go of some of this negative energy that they've been getting from their partner, from this Queen of Wands, especially if they feel like everything they do is watched and scrutinized and criticized. You make everything out to be more difficult or more complicated than it has to be. So I'm forced to decide on a new direction. I can't stay here because you are convinced that I'm a horrible person. And if you think I'm a horrible person, then why do you want me to stay, right? If you think you can't trust me, then why are you still with me? What world needs from my point of view? I got you. Thank you for the tip, story time. Great question. Oops, let me make sure I get it right. Needs from my point of view. All right, I've got that written down, and we've got Marcus first and then story time second. I'll do, I think we need the hidden truth, and then I'll dive into those personal questions, okay? Yep. Hello, David. How's Kentucky doing? We have, I am recovering. It's been difficult to be in a relationship that was a constant battle where I was trying to explain to someone that I was doing right by them. So I think this is someone who's saying, I need a little bit of time to myself. I need to recover from this because I didn't expect it to be so contentious, or I didn't expect you to be so accusatory. Yes, I still have feelings for you, but it's difficult to want to invest in those feelings when I never really know how you feel, especially since you were always expecting me to do negative things, right? So I think our Queen of Wands is now wishing that they could go back to the beginning when things were a little bit lighter and less complicated. But their partner, what should we call you? So we obviously have the Queen of Wands here. Do we have like the King of Swords or something? Page of Swords. Three of Swords. Man. The Moon. I feel like it's the Moon. The person who wasn't really sure what to do. And it's like the Moon is what they come through as, because their Queen of Wands is constantly looking at them as secretive, but I don't think they're actually secretive. So we don't share the same values. You keep assuming the worst of me, right? Hello, Sharika. Hello, Dana. How are you doing? When will my... Thank you, Marcus. Let me see if I can add this here. When will my XRP invest pay off? I've got that added for you. Thank you. So I think there's maybe some regret happening or setting in for this Queen of Wands after the breakup, or someone walks away from them. Just kind of like, oh, maybe I took things a little bit too far. We have your intellect arouses me. This is like someone's trying to, I don't know, not let go. I know that I made things difficult. I know that I should have been able to trust you. And now that you're walking away, it's like I want to bring you back in. I want to get you back. So it's like I'm going to turn back on some of those like positive qualities that I had put on pause because I was so determined to be investigating you and catching you doing something wrong. And maybe this just makes it that much easier for their partner to walk away, or former partner to walk away, because it's like, oh, so you could just switch it on and off like that. Now you want to be nice to me again because you want me to come back around. But for what? So that you can continue to judge me? I think I'll pass on that. Thank you, story time. What will I do if it's in my power? We'll see what comes out for that one. And do I need to punish or not? In general, I like to leave that up to karma, although, you know, sometimes there are situations where maybe that's not the right move. So I've got that added for you too, story time. All right, let's dive into those personal questions. We've got, what do we want to use? We've got Marcus up first. Hello, HRH, how are you doing? Is that Her Royal Highness? Hello, Ryder, how are you doing? Yeah, no one deserves that, right? I don't know, that seems like you couldn't pay me enough for that one. All right, so for Marcus, we have, after yesterday's surgery, will the hip get better? This is saying there's very little change. Tower in the reverse, Judgment in the reverse, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Why Judgment in the reverse? Hierophant and Seven of Swords. To be honest, Marcus, this is saying somebody may have been a little bit misleading to you as to the possibilities of things improving or going back to how it used to be. I don't see it improving. Is it going to stop it from like deteriorating? So this is a surgery that is going to prevent, or at least delay, things getting more painful or more difficult, but I don't see much improvement from it. I think we have someone who wanted to be a bit overly hopeful on the impact they could have. We have the Queen of Cups and the Six of Swords. However, I do feel like the aftermath of this surgery is super important. Maybe it's trying to say the only way you can actually get the benefit from the surgery is to make sure that you're doing all that physical therapy or like stretching or what you have to do afterwards, right? Will he be thankful he did it? Yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of like stopping it from getting worse. But I would recommend having kind of realistic expectations. Do your best to be positive and do right by, you know, physical therapy if that's on the books. I assume that's something you're going to be doing because that is going to, I think, be helpful, quite helpful. When will my XRP investment pay off? Seven of Rupees or Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, Three of Pentacles, and the Chariot in the reverse. This is saying it pays off when someone gets booted. So I don't know if there's like a leader of a company that gets fired, or if there's some divestiture. Is that the right word? But there's someone who's blocking things, trying to run the program, and they're making things worse. Once this changes, then things improve. So is this like longer than a year? Okay. Something happens next year to get things back on track. This is like going from 3 people in the kitchen to 2 people in the kitchen. Everybody wants a sous chef, but not everybody wants, like, you know, people taking up space in there. Hello, Dana. Thank you for the tip. Let me write that down real quick. From Mom and Grandpa Frantisek. I got you. So, will the payoff actually be in the next year? Yes, a bigger one to follow. But it's because there's a change in who's in control that things start to improve. But it's going to take a little while. Hello, Shambhala. How are you doing? Story time is dips. I got you. Oops, it's not letting me write that. Okay. Marcus, I'm wishing you luck, and I hope you get tons of abundance from that investment. Let's move on to dips questions, and we're going to go with the, what is this one called? Hold on. I have to remember. Jack-o'-lantern? Yeah. Goodness. It's obviously Halloween themed, so I know. It's like full-on Christmas season now, but I still like Halloween, okay, you guys? All right, so for dips, what does the world need from dips' point of view or perspective? Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Wands. This seems to be indicating that you have a lot of experience or wisdom to share to people who are feeling like they have too much going on. Maybe you're able to provide some guidance on easy for me to say, prioritizing their obligations, their goals, the people in their life. But I feel like this Queen of Pentacles is you help people focus on the things that create stability. Financial security is part of that, job security, emotional stability. And there's this, it's like focus on the people who feel like they got too much going on. Hello, Pillow. Good luck with your blind date. Hello, Fahima. Recent heartbreak. Oh, I'm so sorry you're going through that. What's the lesson and what's next? Great questions. And thank you. What's next? All right, so what else do they need, please? 5 of Pentacles. I feel like this is financial. It's like you're able to guide people towards enlightenment, able to guide people towards getting the certifications or education or mentoring or whatever it is that they need for the truth that they lack. So you could also be very instrumental as far as providing resources, whether that's here's a link for a whole bunch of cool programs, or here's what I've been through, or hey, I can connect you with this person. They know what you're dealing with or facing. I do feel like you're kind of a coordinator. Like I see you managing traffic and getting people to this Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Cups? Stop. I'm excited. This is good energy. So you have the ability to help people figure out their finances. And if they start with that, I think you can also help guide them towards a happy domestic situation, whether that's improving upon an existing relationship or finding someone they can love, or, you know, how do you manage having children while you're a successful person? there's this, we focus on the earth elements, the stability first, and then we get that emotional achievement. So very good. What will I do if in my power? High Priestess, Wisdom, Tower, Lovers. You make people choose between truth and fear. You make people choose between, you know, running around like, "Arr!" or sitting down calmly and figuring it out. So I do feel like you're a little bit of a catalyst. When people encounter you in their life, it is usually to shake them up a little bit. Can't show you the Lovers because people's is naked on there and YouTube don't like that very much. You know? Do I need to punish or not? We have the Fool. To punish or not to punish? That is the question. And the Nine of Cups. Be cognizant of whatever energy you put into punishment or doling out karma, consequences, is energy that you are not able to expound elsewhere or spend on more important things. So I feel like this is kind of the universe being a little bit cheeky about it. Will you feel like you did something and be like, man, I'm glad I did that? Yeah, you probably would if you did it. But you won't be as successful or as quick to get where you need to be because you're wasting gas. It's like you've got a 3-hour drive, straight, you know, shot on the highway, not super complicated. But in order to get that revenge or that punishment crossed off the list, you have to take this like weird back county road, like 20 miles off your path. It's just, can you do it? Yeah, but like, should you? I would go with no. Hello, Alma. How are you doing? Hello, Ambrose. Hello, Rodney. Hello, Sum0. Yes, exactly. I'm wishing you luck, Dips. And we've got Dana up next. Let's get a different tarot deck, shall we? We're gonna go with the Tarot of the Nile. So for Dana, we've got a message from Up and then a message from Grandpa Francis. What do we have for Dana from her mom, please? Five of Wands in the reverse, Justice in the reverse, Seven of Cups. This is encouraging you to keep a low profile on something that you know is not right. It's like someone's coming back around to make things worse and you're like, nah, I'm good. So this is like, don't say anything more than you need to. Don't be the first one to speak up. It's kind of like in high school when you would have presentations in class, or at least when I did. There would be, you know, a couple of those students who were like, sure, I'll share mine first. I never wanted to be like the first one, right? Let's see how someone else does. Same with like mini golf, right? I'll go first if you want me to, but like I want to see how you mess it up first, but I can try not to do that. This is like, let somebody else go first. Let somebody else speak first. This could be a work situation or a family situation, but this is like hold back and observe, and then you'll know what to do, right? I've added that for you, story time or Dips, thank you. Dana from Grandpa Frantisek, what do we have? Page of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, King of Pentacles in the reverse. Six of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. I feel like this is Grandpa saying, don't get too upset over a change in plans. It does feel like this is about either your finances or romance. Basically saying there's something here where that offer or that situation wasn't going to be good enough for you. It might feel like right now, like it's, you know, not cool. You might be frustrated or fearful, or even feel a little bit obsessive, thinking the same things or trying to figure out, you know, a different way to go about it. But Grandpa's saying you're investing too much energy and emotion into something that doesn't give you anything back. Page of Wands in the reverse, Two of Wands. When there's something else here or someone else who would be a better choice. So Gramps is asking you to be observant and aware of who else is in your vicinity, because it's kind of like you're wearing blinders right now and there's someone amazing right there. It's kind of fun, right? Hello. Oh, I don't know how to say that. Can I just call you Del? How's it going? Hello, Elvin. What's up? So we've got, wishing you luck, Dana. We've got Fahima up next. There's been a recent heartbreak. I'm so sorry going through that. What is the lesson and what's next? What is the lesson for Fahima in this heartbreak? Eight of Cups in the reverse, Magician. Four of Pentacles. I feel like in this particular instance, there's something about you being more confident and grounded. So maybe you've dealt with people who have tried to gaslight you in the past or tried to make you feel like you weren't really aware of what happened. But you've been able to maintain integrity or like believe in yourself, right? Like, no, I know what I heard or I know how I reacted in the moment, and I reacted in the moment because of how it happened. So I feel like there is a different response to negative intentions that is much more indicative of you being able to acknowledge what's going on and then take action. And Four of Pentacles could be about, I'm not going to give you any access to my energy, right? Or if you're trying to start a fight, I'm not going to give you anything to work with. If you're trying to find anything that I say that could potentially be wrong so that we could fight about it, I'm going to answer your comments with things like, noted, understood, okay. Because guess what? You can't do much with that, right? So I feel like you are probably much better at dealing with communication. You have been kind of like reinforced as far as like, you know how to handle these things, or you know how to recognize what's going on. So I feel like this is emotional maturity. Four of Cups, Five of Cups. And this also seems to say that there's a little bit of, when I know that it's over, I need to take action. I'm not going to kick the can down the street or be like procrastinating about it. I need to make sure that I actually make a change. Even if I know there's this period of, you know, disruption or disorientation, I have to create a new routine or whatever, you're willing to go through it. You're like, let's do it. Rip off the Band-Aid. I can deal with it. At least it's not dental work in the 1700s, you know? Like, could be worse. You're willing to go through the sadness that other people push up. You know, well, I'll do that in 6 months. I'll do that in a year. You're like, nope, this isn't right, so I'm just going to deal with it now. Good for you. What's next? Oh, really? New love. Focus on yourself. Be good to yourself. Do the things that help you regenerate that confidence or that love that you have for yourself. You know, some people like to get a haircut. Some people like to get new outfit. Maybe you need to write down some of your feelings so that you can get that creative expression going. But you got new love coming in. So, you know, make sure the hair looks good. Don't dive into something new before you're ready, but it's not going to be very patient for you. So, hello, Eco. How are you doing? Oh, Fluffy. Oh, Fluffy. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But yes, I have heard that. Fahima, I am wishing you luck. And remember how awesome you are, okay? Somebody else is already picking up on it. So for dips, we have, oops, should I give them justice or not? Two of Swords, King of Swords. This is saying there's someone else that is involved in this. I feel like you might complicate things. Is it best to let somebody else handle that? Is that what you're saying? Like, is he this King of Swords? This is saying inform, like make sure the information is out there. Make sure people have access to whatever is needed in order to bring about justice. But as far as being the actual person to like set things right, there's someone else. Three of Cups. It's like there's a court date already figured out, or there's a, you know, you have to surrender this by this date. Page of Wands in the reverse, Five of Wands in the reverse. So provide the information, allow for transparency or clarity, but it's not like your responsibility, you know? Ooh. HRH Princess. I would tell you that in general, of the romantic connections out there, the one least possible to predict as far as the future of a whole connection would be the twin flame dynamic. Because the twin flame journey is all about putting people under such intense pressure, because that's the only thing that's going to get them to change what they need to change. What I'm trying to say is the twin flame journey is not just about one moment in time when a person chooses, I want to do the right thing and I'm going to change for this person. It's chapters and cycles of it. It's, we have to make this decision to be a better person over and over again. So I would say the future of the connection, is one thing that is going to be up and down. It's going to be a roller coaster. But don't let anybody else tell you who your twin flame is. I'm going to ask it because you asked me to, but I want you to empower yourself and know yourself well enough to identify if that's what it is. Don't let some partner tell you that they're your twin flame. That is just manipulative, in my opinion. Is this her twin flame? Yes. But as I was just referencing, the twin flame connection is one that bounces between, like, I feel super understood, this is my person, I know exactly what I want, to, holy crap, where'd it go? Why is it falling apart? Why have I lost this person? It's a roller coaster. Ups and downs, difficult decisions, ghosting and blocking and reconnecting after years. It's not for the faint of heart, right? Good. I'm glad he didn't try to say that. If someone tries to tell you they're your twin flame, like, I would put a bet on that, like 9 times out of 10 is wrong. Maybe even 10. Like, ugh, it makes me itchy. This is someone who is still very much so stuck in that running away and then coming back, running away and then coming back, right? 8 of Cups in the reverse, coming back around, and then Fool, let's try this again. But have we actually changed anything? That's a good way to phrase it. Let's say you have a couple of ingredients to make a deli sandwich for lunch. And you have them all laid out on the table. It doesn't matter what order you put the ingredients on. If you don't have what you want, it's not going to be the sandwich that you want. There's a need to understand whether or not you can choose yourself over somebody who is unwilling to choose you. I think might be the easiest way to phrase that. How is Raquel Taurus right now? How you doing, hun? Feeling a bit sad or lost. Definitely missing you. 6 of Wands, Page of Cups in the reverse. 7 of Swords, High Priest in the reverse. I feel like she's having to lie to somebody about why she's in an irritable mood or stressing, but she's missing you. There's a lot of good things going on or things that should be making her happy. You know, travels, right? But she seems to be rather sullen or reserved. 7 of Swords, High Priest in the reverse. I do feel like there is something here that she's not telling you. Is this something that would be very concerning? 6 of Cups. Temperance. Is she talking to someone else? No, she's not talking to someone else. But I do feel like someone is trying to get back into her life. Is this like an ex trying to come back around? No. This is someone who erodes the individuality of Raquel, tries to control Raquel, keeps her from knowing things. So I think this is more so a family member that is causing some interference here. No problem, HRH. Hello, Minnesota Picker. How you doing? Ooh, that sounds awful, man. Oh, I hope you hear from her soon. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, this person definitely wants to interfere and does not like the two of you together. But yeah, not an ex. Family member, I think. So hopefully she gets like a hobby or finds something else to do with her time and leaves people who are in love alone. I really don't like that. I really don't like it when people are like, you can't be happy. That would be so bad for me. So, you know, stay away from each other. How about no? All right. I'm going to leave it there, y'all. Hello, Tiana. How's it going? Hello, Halima. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And if you're able to hype the video, I appreciate that as well. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles. Oh no, hold on. I saw it pop up. If I see the tip, I can't leave. Sorry, guys. That sounded awful. You can make fun of me if you'd like. But we've got Shambhala asking, I'm shifting into healing career. Is it right choice for me? For Sundar. Is moving into a healing career the right choice? Yes, indeed. It sure is. We have the moon. I don't know if you understand how powerful you are. I just got shivers. I feel like you've known for a while that you were not in the right place or not with the right employer, career. When you start doing what you are supposed to do, Ooh, I'm getting shivers. Everything falls into place for you. Everything. This is really exciting. King of Cups, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. You are able to work with energy very adeptly or very intelligently. Two of Cups in the reverse. I feel like you can, how do I say this? There's something here that you may not, thank you, Minnesota Picker, I appreciate it. There's something in here that you may not understand you are able to do. So my advice is to do some research on like auxiliary things. If I'm focused on, let's just say it's Reiki, what else around there could I potentially look into? Because I guess what I'm trying to say is you're extremely talented at this. You have the ability to help a lot of people. And I think there's two different things that you're able to do to help people. You may be focused on one right now. Oh, I hope that goes well for you, Tiana. Okay, I like this. So the 2 is the right call. I do think you have to be a little bit cautious with regards to finances initially, but things are going to pick up because your reputation is, if it isn't already stellar, it's going to be like everyone's going to rave about you. Like this person knows what they're doing. But it requires an investment, or it requires a period of like frugality where I'm not really making a lot of money. I'm a little bit nervous about this change because I was making so much money over here. But this is going to work for you long term. So yes, you've made the right move. There's someone here who does not support your choice. Someone who feels like you are crazy, or you're not using your education, or there's something better out there for you. Dang, Farihi. Why you come in my live chat and spam people like that? That is rude. I almost hid you for good. Don't do that to people. Anyways, beautiful message. I'm really excited for you. I'm trying to remember what you told me your name was. Sundar. Blessings to you, because you are going to help people. Don't give up hope, and don't let somebody talk you out of it, okay? I'm sending all of you healing energy. Remember to be, I don't know, a good influence on the energy around you, right? All right, I will see you on the next reading.